Hey everybody, it's Travis one more time, Zenobia Sense. Bringing you another entry into my fragrance collection. This time I'm going to be bringing you 5 different fragrance houses. Each one I have 2 fragrances in, except for one I have 3. So you're going to be looking at 11 fragrances here. So the first one we're going to go through would be the House of Gucci, and this is going to be the classic, though the cap has seen better days, Gucci Pour Homme 1. You can kind of see Pour Homme. This is, you can see again the cap is metal, but it's definitely seen better days. This is a beautiful fragrance. Very masculine, woody, spicy, incensey fragrance. Sadly, it is discontinued from the House of Gucci. That is, again, Gucci Pour Homme 1. You can barely see it. It's dark as hell. Anyway, the second one from the House of Gucci is going to be the successor, I guess, to this fragrance, which is Gucci Pour Homme. You see it? Barely. Gucci Pour Homme 2 does say it right here. This is very different than the original Gucci Pour Homme. This one here, you're looking at basically like a cinnamon tea. Very nice fragrance, very comforting fragrance. Not going to offend anyone. However, this fragrance does have a little bit of a weird thing. If I ever spray this bad boy, it will give me a headache. I don't know why. There aren't many fragrances that will actually do that. But if I, got a little heavy on the trigger for this, just because I wanted to smell it in my house, it will give me a headache. That's Gucci Pour Homme 2 from the House of Gucci. Let me move this Pour Homme 1 up just a tad and put this one here. And I'll set some other things behind it so you can see it a little better, because again it's very dark. Alright, the next house we're going to go to would be the House of Parfums de Marly. I have 2 fragrances from that house as well. The first one is going to be the silver bottle, Pegasus. Pegasus is a very... Some people would say it's in the vein of Le Male. I guess if you're saying that it's a vanillic floral musk with woods, then yes, but they do smell very different. I personally think this smells similar to like a masculine version of Dior's Hypnotic Poison. Beautiful fragrance. It has that kind of root beer thing going on that that Hypnotic Poison does, but it's, again, more manly version. So that's Pegasus from Parfums de Marly. And the second one I have is the rock star from this line, in my opinion, and that would be Herod. Herod is the gunmetal bottle. I got gunmetal. Is a beautiful pipe tobacco, vanilla, and spice scent. As Eric would say, done. I mean, that's what you get from this fragrance. It is so good, and oh gosh, it is so good. It is will stay on your clothes forever. It doesn't have the best longevity on skin, in my experiences, but if a little bit of this gets on your clothes, man, it's going to be there for days. Again, that's Herod by Parfums de Marly. The next house we're going to go to would be the House of Lalique. The first one we're going to go to would be the black obelisk here, Encre Noire. This smells like ink. There you go. Vetiver, dark. Smells a lot like ink, and it's kind of why it looks like it's an inkwell. It smells like old writer's ink. Smells great. I know a lot of people, really like to wear this in the winter. I actually like to wear this early spring when it's still cold. Really good fragrance, nice wooden cap from Lalique, and that is Encre Noir from Lalique. Alright, next we have from Lalique. This is one that Christo actually had talked up a while back as being one of his favorite summer scents, which is why I decided to seek it out, and it's great stuff. That would be Lalique White. Lalique White is a very different summer scent, but it is definitely, I think, a summer scent. You have some citrus, some woody notes, but it has this strange creaminess to it. But I mean, I don't know if that's why they called it Lalique White, because it has that creamy, milky thing going on. But it does have this strange creaminess to it, is the best way that I can put it. And yes, it's definitely a unique scent. If you can get your nose on this one, definitely do. That is Lalique White by Lalique. The next house we're going to do would actually be Tom Ford. I actually have a lot of decants from Tom Ford, like Tuscan Leather, Tuscan Leather, Tobacco Vanille, most of your heavy hitters. It's so late. The Chocolate and Rose one, why can I not think? Noir de Noir. I have a lot of, tobacco oud, a lot of decants. But again, since it's a collection video, I'm just showing things that I have, like bottles of. And these are actually 2 decanters. Each one I have 50 ml still of the bottles. And the first one is going to be from the oud line that they have. It's going to be Oud Wood. Oud Wood is a beautiful fragrance, woody. Oudy. Get it? Oud Wood? Sorry. It's a great fragrance though, but it's a very safe oud. It's not something that's going to, piss off your neighbors at work. This is totally work safe. I've never had any problems and actually received some compliments on them. These bottles, by the way, if you've never seen one of these decanters, they're things of beauty. From Tom Ford, again, Oud Wood. All right. From the next line that we're going to, actually, I'm going to move this here and move this to here. Actually, I'll move some crap around. Let me move this here behind that. It might make it stand out a little more. Let's screw it. Move this crap like I don't even care anymore. All right. Okay. That was, again, Oud Wood. The other one that I have is the ambery, thick, buttery fragrance known as Amber Absolute. Amber Absolute, strongest amber I've ever smelled in my life. I had a this was from the re-release. I had a small bit left of a decant that I still had from the original. I don't really sense much of a difference at all. Maybe the original lasted a little bit longer, like probably 48 hours versus over 24, which is this one does. So I really don't care. But Amber Absolute, if you like amber, get your nose on this stuff. It is very labdanum heavy. It's just, if you overspray this, you're going to not only kill your neighbors, you're going to kill yourself. It is a beastly bomb of a fragrance, Amber Absolute. And again, though, if you like amber, seek this out. This is wonderful stuff. And that's from the house of, again, Tom Ford. All right. The last house that we have here, I have 3 fragrances from the house of YSL. Now, YSL, most people have like L'Homme and La Nuit de L'Homme and L'Homme Libre, and I'm just not a fan of that series. Like, I've smelled them. I mean, they just do not do it for me, so I do not own any of those fragrances. The ones that I do own, the first one is going to be, I think Mark was the one that said it smells like a dad. And when you have a child, every person should get a bottle of this. If they're a father, they should just give it to you at the hospital. Rive Gauche. Rive Gauche smells a lot like Barbasol shaving cream. It just has an old school herbal badassness to it. It just brings back memories of standing in the bathroom, you know, shooting the shit as a child with my father while he was shaving. I mean, that's what this smells like. It smells like old school shaving cream. It smells very much like a man. Like a dad. Thank you, Mark. So again, that's a Rive Gauche. That's the first one that I have from this house. The second one that I have from the house is the re-release of M7, and that would be M7 Oud Absolu. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's very similar to the original M7. Does not have the in-your-face smoky aspect that the original M7 has. But instead of having like a cherry cough syrup thing, it has a kind of like a mandarin citrusy kind of note going on. But in their, you know, very similar fragrances, you can tell that this is like, I mean, I view it almost more like a flanker to the original M7. Now, I know that this fragrance used to have like a black box on it, and all these things and whatnot were on the black box. I don't know if they if they reformulated it recently, or you know, if this is, because I've only had this for maybe a couple of months now, and I love this stuff. I know I'm going to be wearing the shit out of this this fall. I've already have been, and into the winter. The reason why? I can buy another bottle of this, no problem. Don't have to ration it, and I mean, I can just spray away. It is beautiful stuff. Get your nose, if you liked M7, get your nose on this. I'm not saying, just hear me out again. I'm not saying that this is, you know, like the original M7. It's not. But it's completely in the same vein, gives you the same vibe. It doesn't have the same performance, but it smells freaking awesome. Get your nose on M7 Oud Absolu. And the final one that I have, which would be the gem from the YSL house. For me, that is the original M7. This is the original formulation on the box. It's got the 4 ingredients, and per the code, it's from 2003. It is a smoky, oudy beast. It smells, again, I'll say it, I know some purists are going to be like, no, it doesn't smell like, no. It smells similar to this fragrance. You can understand what they were doing. This, however, on your clothing especially, like if you get some of this on a jacket, it's going to smell like that for weeks. Especially like if you spray this on your neck, put on an overcoat, and roll out, that collar where it touched your neck is going to smell like M7 for weeks. M7 is a beautiful, smoky, oudy, kind of cherry cough syrupy beauty. I mean, it's the only thing I can say. Ugh, I don't know why. I mean, I wish they didn't stop making it, because, I mean, hell, I would probably... I could easily make this like a signature scent. It is definitely for a more masculine man. I know for some odd reason Dan Mish gets powder out of it. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. I don't get powder out of this at all. You know, something like Chergui, I do get like a powdery aspect of it. I get smoke out of this. And if you spray, you know, like if you spray this on that coat, when you go back into the closet and get that coat out, it's going to smell like smoke in that closet, like a sweet, ambery, delicious smoke. M7 is so damn good, and it's so damn sad that it was discontinued. If you can get your hands on it, I mean, I don't know if I would be paying $400 like some eBay people are charging. I would never pay that for this. But that's the reason why I will save this for special occasions, and I will just wear the shit out of this, because when it's empty, bottle number 2 incoming. So, 5 houses, 11 fragrances, all beautiful. Of all of these, this is my favorite. This is, from the YSL line, this is my favorite. From Parfums de Marly's line, this is my favorite. From the 2 Tom Fords, this is my favorite. I'm an Amber fan, though. Of Gucci Pour Homme 1 and Gucci Pour Homme 2, I would probably pick Gucci Pour Homme 2, only because Gucci Pour Homme 1 has this, this smoky, incensey thing that is done by other fragrances in my collection. Not saying that I don't love having it in my collection, and I do wear it usually a couple of times a year, but it's discontinued, so I don't wear it very often. And of Encre Noire and Lalique White, I would go Encre Noire just because it's like a dark, inky smell, and my wife does like that. But these are 2 totally different fragrances to compare. But out of all of these, if I had to pick one of all 11 of these, it goes back to the old school designer that Tom Ford created right here. M7 would be my pick, probably out of all these fragrances. But Amber Absolute is so good, and so is Herod. Anyway, I got to go to bed. Thanks everybody for watching this. As long as you're still here, rate, comment, subscribe, and I hope to have more videos, because I still got a daunting amount of fragrances to include in my collection. Thanks, gang. Take care. Bye-bye.